Hello! It's been a busy few months on top of me being a slow scriptwriter, but I'm back with a brand new project. What project, you ask? Come on, ask me. Thank you. I'm going to be making all 3 characters from the show called The Elephant. The Elephant is done in 3 acts, and each act is done by a different artist. Act 1 is done by Pendleton Ward, the creator of Adventure Time. Act 2 is done by Rebecca Sugar, the creator of Steven Universe, and Ian Jones-Cordy, the creator of OKKO. The final act is done by Patrick McHale, who made Over the Garden Wall. Earlier, I said I was making all 3 characters. I'm going to be making all 3 characters, and if you didn't know already, all 3 characters are one entity. Every unconventional character you see in the show was done by playing the Exquisite Corpse game. If you don't know how to play, don't worry, I'm about to teach you. To start, you need a piece of paper, a pen, and a few friends. If you're like me and you don't have friends, I'll show you the modified version. So instead of 1 piece of paper, I'll be using 3. As long as I don't look too hard, I won't be able to tell which is which. Now someone, me, will draw the face. When it's done, continue the line to the next panel. This will help the next person know where to start. If you're playing alone, take the other papers and mark the start lines in the same location. This will help keep it a mystery. With the head folded over, the next person can draw the torso. Carry the line over for the last person so they can finish up with the legs. And that's how you play the Exquisite Corpse game. Let me know which one of these lucky bachelors you would take on a date. The reason I ran you through all that is because the game, the show, and the thumbnail for the show all inspired me to make all 3 characters with interchangeable parts. So this video is going to be separated into 3 parts, but I'm going to show you the base for all 3 in this video since they'll be the same throughout. And I mean the exact same. They need to interlock like puzzle pieces. So I'm going to need some tools to help me keep it consistent. I'm going to start with this lipstick tube, wrap it up tight, and create a flared base. That should be enough. If not, we can add more. This will give it a tighter hold on the base for the legs, which is the next part we're making. I'm using the bottom of this pill bottle that was around the size I was looking for. We're going to be making a bowl to cradle the torso of the base. After some major shrinkage, it should come out looking like this. Nice and snug. The last piece doesn't need a tool since it's going to be a tube. I'm using this pipe cleaner for only 1 out of the 3 necks, and because it's the only one that needs to be shaped, I thought I should show how I did that one on camera. Now that I have all my bases covered, we can focus on making the actual character. Before I start, I need to figure out how high the head should start on the neck. And I'll just build up and out from there. I'm interested in how many of you've seen the show. When I found it on HBO, there was only like a few weeks left, and that was months ago. Now it's getting tossed around by other companies, so I hope you can find it. I'm going to push up the neck so the colored fibers don't fuse with the sleeve. I marked where the sleeve starts, that way I don't add more wool than I need to, and that may lead to bald spots. Now I'll slide the arm bones through, and because I don't want the bar blocking the path of the neck, I'm going to bend it back. I'm going to start adding the wool to build up the base for the torn up dress. You can go under the arm bones, but don't be afraid to split the wool. I found that it helps prevent hard seam lines when you go to add more wool. There wasn't a shot of the back of the dress, so I just mirrored the front tears. Now we can take the base and add the leg bones. I'm going to fold one leg in half. This will eventually be their right leg, our left, and we'll just leave the other leg how it is. We can wrap some muscles around these cold bones. I've been thinking about what my next felting project should be after this. Do I do another animal deep dive, or the upcoming show, Lars of the Stars? There isn't even a trailer out for it, so I don't know what I would make. I know eventually I'll do both. I really like this foot, leg, flag design. The heel is going into the butt cheek. It's so simple yet creative. Both legs are going to sport their own color. I'm going to start with blue because that leg looks the easiest to tackle. Something that I didn't figure out was how to make the legs transparent to show off those luscious veins. Yes, I could have just slapped it on the front, but just like some of those damn Lego legs, where the decal stops once it reaches the side, it would have just bothered the crap out of me. The next leg appendage is purple. This is the first time I've made a foot with toes. I didn't realize I would feel like such a little freak spreading these little piggies open to shape them, but I did. I'm going to try my best to blend this gray and give it a soft color transition. One of the ways I could mess this up is by over blending it to a point that you can see a noticeable thickness shift. The blue could be a little more blended, but a well-deserved clap indeed. We can finally start building up the arms. And it's gone. That's okay. I'll just move on to the other arm and eyeball how far it hangs down. This isn't including fingertip length, that will be later. We're gonna wrap up the arm. And it switched sides. That was very poor planning. I'm going to add the skin. This will also help me figure out how deep the neckline should be. I left the lipstick tube in to prevent the neck hole from getting smaller. Now, because the gloves and dress are a softer white, I'll use magic to add it. Now we can address the fingers. When it comes to making wool fingers, I'll either include them at the start with the pipe cleaners to give them mobility and stability, or I'll add the fingers at the end. I found that this helps me avoid making sausage fingers. Luckily, fingers won't be an issue on this next arm, because it's a cactus. Oh my god, I just learned that there's a cactus called ladyfinger cactus. I'm screwed. It's looking good. Let's add the flower that's on top. I didn't think I would have a problem with this next one. It's so simple, it just goes on top, right? Well, you tell me, because I couldn't figure out what was going on. I was able to tell a little more from this picture, but at this point, do I just make a bulb? No, because it's boring. And I already made the flower. This next part, making the cactus spikes, was a complete fail, but I wanted to leave it in to learn from it and to see if anyone had any ideas. I tried using this transparent bracelet string, but without a way to secure it in place, they would just fall out. The last idea I had was twisting a specific wax into the wool to get it to spike, but I don't have any, so I can't test it out. Let's add this beautiful red necklace. I know it's not going around the neck part. I guess that makes it a chestless? The chestless wouldn't be complete without the 3 dots. With the torso done, we can start working on this chrome dome. Let's install some Leia buns. And fill in that bald spot. In the show, they have very bumpy hair that I was able to replicate, but you honestly can't even see it. To make the face, I grabbed some thread for the lines and wool for the nostrils. I get really nervous when I have to craft a face. I just have to go for it. After all, not every face is symmetrical. I know mine isn't. My logic is, if I lock the other features down, maybe I can map out how far the other eye is. Add a fallen strand of hair. I'm going to add tacky glue later to prevent the fibers from splitting. Turns out these dots are actually the eyeballs. I'm too nervous to finish the eyelid on camera. Not to mention, this is just the wrong lip tint. Fixed. Now let's add some soulless eyes. I tried adding white dot shinies on the side of the eyes, but it looks stupid and overcrowded, so I ripped them out. We've come to the end of the line. I considered doing a simple smile line, you know, those double wide U's, but there's just something special about a cat mouth. Now that the parts are done, we can put them together. Let's see what we're working with. We've got this beautiful torso. They've got a nice strong hand. And check out these gams. I'm pretty sure I know where these go. That's not right. There we go. I'm glad the legs filled out the bottom of the dress as well as they did. I wonder where the last piece goes. Ta-da! Now please enjoy the end of Act 1 that I mixed together with my felt and paper standees.
Oh.
Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to stay tuned for part 2, and drop a like if you had a fun date with your chosen bachelor.